guys, the videoing here lately has just been horrible because we haven't had much to do. We can't catch a break from the weather. Not only to mention that, of course, I'm in my F550. My F550 isn't done. The Mac isn't completely put together yet. I actually picked up my F550 today. Some of you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I had it ceramic coated. That was one thing, and that was something, I'm sure it's been around forever, and I'm sure there's a lot of people watching the channel that know all about it, but I'd actually kind of seen some stuff on YouTube and read a little bit about it, and I had a cousin that did it to his diesel truck here last summer, and I knew with the new 550 that it was something I wanted to try to do. So the place that tints my windows here in Springfield, and I had them tint the windows, which I've never had the windows on a work truck tinted before, and I went pretty light with the window tint, which you can kind of see over here to the side. It's not dark. I didn't want it dark on my work truck. My 4Runner, visibility's at 5%, so it's a little dark on the 4Runner. Actually, the 4Runner's getting ready to pass me right now. Oh, there goes my 4Runner, my aunt driving it. She actually come down here today with Springfield with me to grab this. Show Me Tint here in Springfield did the ceramic coating, the tint and the lettering on this 550. Man, guys, they do tremendous work, tremendous work. I've had them tint a few vehicles before. So if you're in the Southwest Missouri area, or if you feel like traveling, definitely hit up Show Me Tint. The thing with the ceramic coating, I've got some buddies back home that are kind of anxious to see this truck tonight just to see what the coating's all about. The ceramic coating seems like a pretty awesome deal, especially if you're like me and you got a work truck. You know, you're working dirty, nasty conditions a lot. Definitely check out some of the stuff you see on this. I mean, it's not cheap to do by any means, but if you like keeping your truck looking clean and fresh, try the ceramic coating. We get home here in just a bit. We'll kind of do a walk around, just check out the lettering, the coating, just to kind of put a video up because there's a heavy storm moving in right now, and chances are it could be raining before we even get home. So it's going to be another wet week, another week of not being in the woods, which is terrible. I'm ready to be back at work. I'm ready to go back to cutting trees. The last few weeks have just been awful, but it's that time of year. What do? We know it comes and goes every year, so we just try to weather the storms and get back out there. I know one thing, after all this rain, I'm really looking hard for a winch for the old dozer now, because if we had a winch on that dozer, we could still be moving some wood. So you can tell just it's the ceramic coating on this, it's kind of high gloss. And when I picked it up, of course, I had some questions about it. I asked about care, what it takes to take care of it, which the great thing about this is, man, you know, the way they talk, it's gonna get dirt on it. Just go to the car wash and hose it off with some water. This stuff should slide right off. The great thing, what they showed me, is you can take your hand and just kind of rub your hand across this. It's so slick and smooth from the ceramic coating. I mean, it's like a real high concentrated wax. They did the wheels, they did all the plastic, the mirrors, of course, all the chrome in the grill, which that's plastic chrome dipped. You know, these vehicles anymore are so cheap. But everything's been ceramic coated on it. And the reason I did this is just it's so much easier to keep clean. And I like keeping a clean truck. That's important to me. So, and I knew this was something I wanted to do, especially after having the black truck last time, because it was a great color and it looked good, but it was so hard to keep clean. Of course, anything in black's hard to keep clean, but especially in a work truck. Now I went ahead and had them decal up the truck too, because I wanted decals on this truck. I thought they did a great job on that as well. I see a lot of guys have, you know, on their ads that they're licensed and insured and certified. I'm not really sure what kind of license they have. I mean, a driver's license? So that's about the only license I know of that you really need with cutting timber, and I don't even think you really need a driver's license to cut timber, so I never really understood the license and insured part, but the certification's just from going through the Missouri Forest Products cutting schools and getting my certification there. Of course, the inside of the truck, same old truck. They didn't do anything to the inside other than tint the windows. I did have them tint the windows, as I previously stated. It's nothing too dark. I didn't want anything real dark, and this is the first time I've ever tinted the windows on a work truck. So the back is a little darker, but the sides are pretty light. Got the visor across it. You know, probably keep this truck, goal's about 3 years. Now, whether we make it a full 3 years or not, I don't know. We'll run it right up to about 100,000 miles before we sell or trade. if we have a good enough deal like we did on the black truck, we'll sell it outright, which somebody gets a great truck and they got a great bed. Of course, that's the holdup right now. We're waiting for them to finish up the bed so we can go take them this truck and have the bed put on, and we'll have a brand new flatbed. So it's been pretty painful waiting for a truck to be done. I know it's definitely painful not having a work truck. It's painful not having a log truck. It's just, you feel kind of helpless, but it couldn't be perfect timing right now because it's been so wet. We really haven't been able to do anything as far as work-wise. There was a couple days where Dad and I went over there and we put some trees on the ground, but other than that, that's all we've really done. So it's wet enough right now. There's been no skidding of any kind, which brings me to my next point of interest. I really want to focus more on getting the dozer fixed up and outfitted with the winch. After using the dozer, was it 2 months ago now? It's probably getting close to it. It doesn't seem like it, but month and a half, 2 months ago, the videos we made of the dozer dragging logs. I'm more focused now on getting a winch for that dozer than I ever have been, especially with the wet weather we've had. Of course, here in Missouri and probably any parts of the country, wet weather, it's every year. It's inevitable. Sometimes your wet season's short, sometimes it's long. It seems like the last few years here in Missouri, we've had longer than normal wet seasons. So we're not going to move mountains and volumes of logs because normally we don't anyway, cutting walnut and more select hardwoods. But with the dozer, it can keep us in the timber and we can keep moving wood. So I was telling Dad the other day, that's kind of my goal right now. So I'm kind of looking near, far, and wide for winches for that little 450E dozer. And after doing some research, I know it's not the same kind of winch that goes on the log skidder. So it's a different model number of winch because of some of the components involved in making it all work. Not a mechanic, so I'm not going to get into the dynamics of that because I couldn't tell you the first thing about it. All I know is what I'm told, and it's not the same winch. So that's kind of my goal right now, and for the rest of the week, we're kind of waiting to get the log bed painted, but with the impending weather, hopefully we can get that done the later part of the week. Then this weekend, hopefully we can get that thing mounted on the truck. So we'll definitely have some video mounting that log bed on there. I think it turned out really, really, really well. Brandon took some great pictures last night and posted them up on his Instagram page. So if you guys get a chance, go over to BW Welding and Fence on Instagram and check out the final pictures of the bed all welded up. So the only thing left to do is paint the bed, wire the lights in, and then get it mounted. We'll be hauling logs, and I'm just chomping at the bit to haul logs. I'm so ready to start hauling logs with it. We've already got some stuff we're wanting to haul into the yard, which I'm waiting for some gravel to come in now to finish graveling my log yard up here. It was a project I started about 2 years ago on graveling it, and I never did finish it. So now's a good time as any to get that gravel in here so we can kind of focus more on getting the log yard done. Guys, short video today. Thank you so much for following along. I know we haven't posted much the last couple of weeks, and I apologize for that, but we have not been doing much at all. So it's not been real good for making videos. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you here in a day or so. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.